Why we want to study enzyme kinetic? Number one is to determine the maximum reaction velocity. Number two, to determine the binding affinities for substrates and inhibitor. What does it mean by maximum reaction velocity? To determine how fast an enzyme can react or can speed up a reaction to produce product. Okay, that is number one. Number two, to look how strong the binding between enzyme for substrates or inhibitors. How strong? What is the attraction? Is it strong attraction? Is it low attraction? Yeah. There are three basic principles of reaction kinetic. We have first order reaction, second order reaction, and zero order reaction. Baca sikit lah untuk mendapat kefahaman yang lebih for this bahagian ini. Michaelis-Menten model describes the kinetic of many enzymes. So for instance, an enzyme combines with substrate to form an enzyme substrate complex. That's a rate. The rate to produce ES is known as constant K1. Okay, enzyme substrate complex has two possible fates. First, it can dissociate to enzyme and substrate, and that with a rate constant K minus 1. That is first fate. However, it can also proceed to form product P. So that involves a rate constant K2. Okay, based on K1, K minus 1, and K2, so Michaelis compiled the rate constants tadi tu to form Km, which is known as Michaelis constant. So it is unique for each enzyme. Each enzyme will have their own Km, dan dia tidak bergantung. It's totally independent of enzyme concentration, meaning that enzyme concentration will not influence the value of Km. Km will describe the interaction between enzyme and substrate. It can be enzyme and inhibitor. So it describes the affinity between these two enzyme and substrate, or enzyme and inhibitor. How well they interact, how strong the attraction is. Once they got the Km, so they can describe the Michaelis-Menten equation lah. Macam ni V naught, that is initial volume. V max is the maximum velocity. This one is substrate concentration. And Km is the Michaelis constant. From that equation, they came up with this graph. So if you look at this graph, y-axis ni, ini ialah velocity. And then for x-axis, that is substrate concentration. If you look at this line ni macam ni lah. So dia ada naik and then plateau macam tu. So they hope that they can find Km value from this line. And then they mentioned earlier in the equation that half of Vmax is equivalent to the Km value. Now the issue here is that how to obtain the Vmax. Sebab apa? The Vmax is actually an asymptotic value, meaning that it will never approach or never meet with this line, this curve line again. It will never meet it. So therefore, if we want to refer to this line, we could not obtain the maximum velocity. If we could not obtain the maximum velocity value, it is going to be hard for us to identify the Km. Why is it so important to find the Vmax? Vmax because we want to identify how fast a certain product will be produced by using this enzyme. And then why do you want to know Km? Because we want to look at what is the interaction, how strong this affinity between enzyme and substrate, or enzyme and any inhibitor. Itu tujuan dia tu. It's hard if you want to use this line. Another thing that we need to understand is that Vmax is directly dependent on enzyme concentration. So if you have like higher concentration of enzyme, meaning that the Vmax will be increased. Contoh, if we have two systems, system A, system B. In system A, we put in substrate concentration 10 millimolar. In system B, for instance, we put substrate concentration with 10 millimolar. So both are 10 millimolar, 10 millimolar. And then we put in enzyme. When we put it enzyme, in system A, maybe we put like 5 millimolar of enzyme. And system B, let's say we put 2 millimolar of enzyme concentration. So if you, in comparison, which one will have higher Vmax? Of course, yang banyak enzyme lah, system A. So because it contains higher enzyme concentration. So that is why Vmax is directly dependent on enzyme concentration. However, if you look at the line, if you increase the substrate concentration, tambahlah substrate concentration macam mana pun, if you have that amount of enzyme concentration maintained, it will be plateau. Line ni akan plateau je, because like you can add on substrate, more substrate, but the speed will be still the same. Okay, the issue now here is how are we going to determine Vmax and Km? So we cannot use this line. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at how Lineweaver-Burk plot solve the problem. Okay, this is Michaelis-Menten equation kan? So if you want to come up with double reciprocal or Lineweaver-Burk plot, we are going to inverse both sides. So we're going to have this equation instead. Okay, this line is the Lineweaver-Burk plot or double reciprocal. We call it double reciprocal because if you look here, there are two intercepts. Number one here kat sini, the one that intercept at y-axis, whatever value, it is equivalent to 1 over Vmax. Dekat sini, y. If you look at this line, this intercept, the second interception, that value, whatever value that is equivalent to -1 over Km. So by using this line, we can determine what is Vmax and we can also determine what is Km. Problem solved. Okay, let's do some simple math. If this value is 10, value ni what is Vmax? First question. Second question, if this value is -20, so what is Km? Kiralah. From this graph, we know that the unit for Km is substrate concentration. Itu unit dia. If the substrate concentration is millimolar, then the Km will be in millimolar. If that concentration is in micromolar or nanomolar or whatever concentration unit, so that is also the unit for that Km.